I'm taking my time making some of my favorite dishes that take their time to slowly cook. The country-style pork ribs are in the oven. Here, I've got my vegetable tagine with those Moroccan spices just simmering away. I'll give them a little stir. That just smells amazing. And I'll make some couscous to serve with the tagine, but I want to get dessert in the oven because my baked apple almond cakes will take their time. And instead of filling the apples with the typical raisins or sometimes a little crumble filling, I'm going to fill it with an almond cake batter. Peel them about a third the way down. And these are golden, delicious apples. You could also use mutsu apples, which are another sort of yellow, green-skinned apple. So now I'm going to hollow out the apple, get the core out. I'm actually going to scoop out a little bit more and save it. I'll actually use it as part of the cake batter itself. It'll add nice sweetness and moisture. I've got about enough room for about a quarter cup of the almond cake filling inside. I'm going to brush the bottom of my baking dish with a little butter. And I'll brush the tops of the apples with butter so they brown nicely. The cores and the stems of the apples I'll get rid of, but all this beautiful apple, and give it a pulse to puree. The tiniest batch of applesauce you've ever made. I measure a quarter cup of the apple mixture. So the quarter cup of chopped apple goes in there, along with a quarter cup of sugar. Two eggs. They can come right from the fridge. Now for a little flavoring, about half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a quarter teaspoon of almond extract. Almond extract is quite potent, so a little goes a long way. Give that a pulse in, and then the last thing to add, 2/3 of a cup of raw ground almonds. Just a tiny pinch of salt. And isn't it great that the only fat in the recipe is the bit of butter that I brushed the apples with? And I find this easier to pour in a measuring cup. And then the finishing touch, a little sprinkle of the sliced almonds right on top. As these bake in a 375 oven for 45 to 50 minutes, the cake batter actually souffles a little bit out of the top of the apple, but the apple bakes as it should, just like a traditional baked apple. And I test the doneness of the cake just like I do a regular cake. I insert a skewer into the center of the cake. When it comes out clean, the baked apples are done. It won't be long before Michael's here. Last thing I have to do is my couscous to go with the tagine.